What's up, LEGO builders? Welcome back to Coconut Brick Studios, and it's time to take your LEGO plant designs from this to this. I, like many of you guys, get bored of just using LEGO's molded plant pieces as they are in my build. So in today's video, I'm going to show you 5 cool plant techniques to help populate your Mocs. I'm a big fan of easy, simple techniques and parts, so everything in this video should be pretty easy to come by and build. So if you are ready to gain some plant wisdom, don't forget to execute Order 66 on that like button, and let's get started. First up is a simple little bamboo technique. Begin by getting some 1x1 cylinders and round plates. You can use any color, but I like to pick 2 shades of green. Stack 2 cylinders on top of each other and then one of the round 1x1 plates. Repeat this pattern over until you get the desired plant height. I also like to add in the occasional 3-pronged leaf piece to help represent buds or leaves. This bamboo is great for when you want to build a dense forested Moc but don't have the pieces or the foliage to build trees. I also like to add some smaller sections of bamboo at the base of the taller ones to make it look like young sprouts that just started growing. The next one is my personal favorite, the mighty bush. Start by putting down some 1x1 plate and then place a headlight brick with 4 studs on top. Add a second headlight brick and make sure the holes of the 2 bricks are not in line with each other. Place a green stem piece in the top hole of the bricks and then add more of the same stems into the other holes. Next, fill in the gaps between the stems with more stem pieces. This part is tough because the stems have nothing to connect to, so they can fall out pretty easily, but I've found placing a couple in at once, holding them in there, and then placing a third one in to hold them in place helps everything stay secure. This technique ends up creating a perfect round bush-like shape. Plus, I have a hard time finding uses for those stem pieces, and this bush uses a bunch, which is great. I also add in some plant pieces at the base of the bush to cover up any holes and to help support the stem pieces that are floating around up above in the bush. I don't really have a name for this next technique. It's basically just a tall plant. Start by placing a 1x1 round stud where you want your plant to be. Next, start stacking a bunch of the 3-pronged plant pieces on top of each other until you get the desired height. I like to add in multiple colors as well, just to add in some extra detail and more realism. This one is definitely the easiest way to build tall plants while still having them look cool. They almost look like tall underwater kelp or seaweed plants, so this could work pretty well for some kind of underwater Moc. Time to do some grass. Be very careful when building this next one, as it could damage some of your pieces if you're not careful. Start with a 1x6 plate and start connecting 1x1 green cylinders and bamboo plant pieces to the plate. Alternate the cylinders and bamboo pieces so no 2 of the same part are next to each other. Make sure to be gentle with the bamboo and make sure the leaves of the pieces fit together nicely so they don't bend. Repeat this on the next row, but make sure to alternate the pattern so once again, no 2 of the same piece are on top of each other. Repeat this pattern until you have the desired size. I think this grass technique looks really cool, but because of its shape and the way it comes together, it's tough to integrate it into Mocs. Be careful when placing this down on your terrain as well, and make sure it is slightly above any plate surrounding it so that your bamboo leaves that are sticking out the side of the build don't get bent or broken off. I made a hole and put some plate in it and then put the grass section on top of that to raise it up just slightly above the surrounding bricks. The final technique is a good old vine. I got this technique from an awesome Moc I saw at a convention I was at recently. Start with some green oval vine pieces and create the shape you want your vine to be by connecting and curving the pieces like a snake. Next, get some green stem pieces and place them in the holes on the vines. You can use little flowers, rocks, 1x1 studs, or anything else you want to add some more detail or variation to the vine. This is one of the best vine techniques I have seen. The added combo of the vine pieces and the stem pieces makes it look thick and very realistic. One of the only downsides I can think of is that the vine is very big and wide overall, so it may be tough to add this onto a small wall or a mini Moc. So there they are, 5 cool plant techniques for your Mocs. I hope you got some good ideas and inspiration from this video, and if you have any other tutorials you would like to see me do in the future, drop them down below in the comments, and I will catch you guys next time, but until then, happy building.